Letter writing seems to be the most important skill set for heads of state these days. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump's letter to Erdogan that, of course, made headlines. I'm talking about 10 Downing Street, Boris Johnson and the Brexit adventure. Let me now narrate an interesting tale here, the tale of 3 letters. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson's Brexit plans suffered yet another embarrassing defeat at the House of Commons. And following that defeat, the British government has written as many as 3 letters to the European Union. First, there was an unsigned letter on Saturday. What's that all about? A request for yet another Brexit delay. By the way, this is a copy-paste job, let's tell you, signed off generically by the Prime Minister of the UK and of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. This is a lift-off from the Benn Act, the same Benn Act that was passed last month to prevent a no-deal Brexit. This letter requests the European Council's president to extend the Brexit deadline to 11 p.m. January 31st, 2020. In other words, a request for another 3-month extension of the Brexit deadline. Before we get to letter number 2, let's remind you here what Boris Johnson said when he came to power. Johnson had said that under no circumstances will he write a letter seeking extension. Consistency is clearly not the most favourite feature of Boris Johnson's tenure.
Can you make a promise today to the British public that you will not go back to Brussels and ask for another delay to Brexit?
Yes.
And
I can.
And would you
I'd rather be dead in a ditch.
And that brings us to letter number 2. This one was initially obtained by other websites and interestingly was addressed to the Secretary General of European Union by Sir Tim Barrow, UK's permanent representative to the European Union. What does that say? This letter tells the European Union that the British government will proceed with the ratification of the withdrawal agreement. The question here is, what does the UK really want to do with Brexit? If you think that question only has a binary answer, you are unaware of the ways of the British government. It seems even a simple yes or no question has a third answer in the United Kingdom. And that brings us to the third letter. Yes, there is a third one. This letter is special because it is the only letter that is actually signed off by Boris Johnson himself. The letter addressed to Donald Tusk on Sunday said that a Brexit extension will be damaging to the European Union as well as the United Kingdom. In that letter, Boris Johnson has expressed confidence to complete the Brexit process by the 31st of October. And now the President of the European Commission has tweeted saying that he has received the extension request, but that tweet was before the third letter. So should the European Union accept the extension request or the copy-paste job or the ratification letter? No one knows for sure. There is no clarity after 3 letters. And there are, of course, many possibilities on the horizon. And since the vote to leave the European Union in June 2016, Brexit has been compared to a ticking time bomb, but British governments seem to be viewing it as an alarm clock. Snooze the alarm and go to sleep. This story is evolving and may have another letter or 2 by tomorrow. Who knows?